Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we continue our journey south on US Highway 61, beginning as we enter Adams County, Mississippi. The county was named for the second president of the United States, John Adams, who held that office when the county was formed in 1799, 18 years before Mississippi became a state. Prior to the Civil War, Adams County was the wealthiest county in the United States. The county had a population of 29,538 as of the 2020 census. We enter the unincorporated community of Stanton, located on a branch of the former Yazoo and Mississippi Valley Railroad. A post office operated under the name Stanton from 1884 to 1955. On the right, we see the southern terminus of Mississippi Highway 553, which has somehow snaked its way back to US-61. We saw the northern terminus of the highway as well as a crossing in the previous video. Here we see the second of two interchanges that directly connect US-61 with the Natchez Trace Parkway. The trace runs from Natchez, Mississippi to an area just west of Nashville, Tennessee. On the right is Mississippi Highway 554, which leads to the Natchez-Adams County Airport. We passed through the unincorporated community of Washington, which was the second and longest serving capital of the Mississippi Territory beginning in 1802. The Mississippi Constitutional Convention of 1817 met in Washington at the Methodist Meeting House. Mississippi's first constitution was written and adopted here, and the state's first legislature convened here in 1817. The preliminary trial of U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr occurred under some nearby oak trees. After Mississippi was admitted to the Union in 1817, the legislature met once in Washington and afterward in Natchez. The capital was officially moved to Jackson in 1822 in keeping with the act passed by the Assembly on November 28, 1821, which chose to have a more central location for better accessibility to more residents. Fort Dearborn, located at Washington, was for a time the largest military installation in the United States, with more than 2,000 soldiers stationed there. It was established in 1802 to protect the newly relocated capital of the Mississippi Territory. We're joined by US Highway 84, and this was also once the path of US Highway 98 until it was truncated to its current eastern terminus at Bude, Mississippi. We enter the city of Natchez, which had a population of 14,520 as of the 2020 census. The city was named for the Natchez tribe of Native Americans who, with their ancestors, inhabited much of the area from the 8th century AD through the French colonial period. French colonists established the settlement in 1716, and it is one of the oldest and most important European settlements in the lower Mississippi River Valley. After losing the French and Indian War, the French ceded Natchez to the British. Land was bestowed by the British Crown to officers from the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania colonies who had served with distinction, and they established plantations, bringing their upper-class style of living to the area. After their defeat in the American Revolutionary War, Britain ceded the territory to the United States after some dispute with the Spanish government, which had been in control of the area for several years. In the decades preceding the Civil War, Natchez was by far the most prevalent slave trading city in Mississippi. In the middle of the 19th century, the city attracted wealthy Southern planters as residents, who built mansions to fit their ambitions. Their plantations were vast tracts of lands in the surrounding lowlands along the riverfronts of Mississippi and Louisiana, where they grew large commodity crops of cotton and sugarcane using slave labor. Natchez became the principal port from which these crops were exported, both upriver to northern cities and downriver to New Orleans, where much of the cargo was exported to Europe. Many of the mansions built by planters before 1860 survive and form a major part of the city's architecture and identity. Agriculture remained the primary economic base for the region until well into the 20th century. The exit on the right leads to the southern terminus of the Natchez Trace Parkway, which begins about a quarter mile to the left. Here, the concurrency with US-84 ends, and at this junction is also the southern terminus of US-425, which crosses the Mississippi River just to the west of here and heads north to Pine Bluff, Arkansas. US-61 now has control cities of Woodville, the last city in Mississippi, and Baton Rouge, the next major city. We conclude today's video as we leave the city of Natchez. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.